Hey guys, how are you? How are you doing? I'm excited to be here. So we're doing ancestor messages. I've been trying to do ancestor readings since like Christmas. So I'm excited to be here. So I have a little bug. This is for messages from your feminine ancestors, not for feminine people. This is if you have a mother, grandmother, great-grandmother on the other side you want to know more about, or you just want to know how to heal that part of yourself. We all have masculine, feminine energy. A lot of people that are feminine dominant need to learn how to heal their masculine energy so that they can rebalance. And, you know, masculines need to learn how to heal their own inner feminine and express it in a healthy way so that they can find balance in their lives. So we're focusing on the feminine energy now. Like in the masculine reading, this is just, we're going to get the message out, and then I'm going to be relaying random, I might not get messages for you. I'm sure in the cards a general energy, but I'm just going to be throwing things out there that I'm hearing from ancestors. I have some in the room right now. So, yeah, if it calls to you, stay tuned. I just released 3 new ancestor oils. These are for, I have a general ancestor work. This is for like getting into the specifics. So if you are somebody that is really into ancestor work, or you know you have a lot of work to do with them to uplift them so that they can help you more, check those out. I also just released 6 new candles, goddess candles. So I have the Morgan, Oshun, Oya, Santa Muerte, Cali, and Hecate. I never took Spanish. I'm trying. Don't butcher my accent. Do you know what it's like to, well, some of you do an accent on top of an accent, on top of your native accent? I have a country accent. I've learned to suppress it because I was called a hillbilly constantly, told I was like stupid. People would just like talk over me all the time, and when I would try to talk, they would repeat the words that I said back and laugh. Can you say that again? Can you say that again? That happened to me when I went to college. So I learned to suppress it, to not be harassed. So it comes out every once in a while, especially when I'm talking to another person with the country accent, especially my native accent, and it comes out. Trying to do when you already have a native accent, especially one that you've learned how to talk without, trying to put an accent on top of that accent, it makes your words sound crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. So don't butcher me, don't come for me. Anyways, those are all goddesses that I work with personally. Love them, know their energy well, have worked with them for a long time. So I'm sharing that energy with you guys. A lot of my goddesses have not wanted me to tell you guys who I'm working with. First thing people ask when idiots ask when they're trying to do spell work on you, get one over on you, is they try to figure out who you work with, how you work with them. So you have to be careful with this. Is just a side note. Sharing, you know, this is my process for clearing energy. As soon as you share that, you gotta do something different if you're under spiritual attack. Not everybody deals with intense spiritual attack. What I do professionally, I deal with more of it than normal, you know, but I'm a shaman. I know how to cleanse it. So, you know, sometimes we learn things, most things. I personally believe this is that life experience is no better teacher. People that have had a lot of life experience know a lot more than people that have book learning. So anyways, that's just a side note. Let's just get into the reading, guys. If you're working with a guide, if you're under attack, now if this is in general and you don't really, I mean, everybody's going to deal with evil eye. Everybody's going to deal with people that are jealous of you, you know, don't like something about you. That's normal energy. But if you deal with an excessive amount of spiritual attacks, especially if you know you're being watched by somebody that's doing that, keep your spiritual cleansing routine, keep your protection, you know, whatever you use to protect yourself, protect your home, protect your loved ones, and keep the guides that you work with to yourself. My goddess team, they didn't, honestly, some guides are just for me, and they didn't want me to put out products for them. These are offerings. These are not like me trying to, like, obviously business, make money for my time, efforts, and, you know, cost of supply, obviously, but they're offerings. So my guides tell me what they want, when they want it, what to put in it. They tell me. So my goddess team, I've kept to myself for the last few years. They've come to me at different times in different ways. Some of them didn't want me to know their name until I was ready to work with them. But now I've got to a place with these 6 where they want to be a part of the action, basically. So anyways, if you connect to any of those, I feel like Hecate is the one people come to me the absolute most. Hecate is always the one that people ask me that, you know, she's been calling to them. They feel a pull to her, but they don't know where to start. So I personally feel that a guide should call to you first. So if you feel a connection to any of those, and, you know, check out my website. Anyways, let's get into your reading. Ugh. All right. Feminine ancestors. What do we need to know? Respect your physical body. For some of you, you're not eating well, and you're not resting when you need to rest. For others of you, your feminine ancestors want you to stop sharing your body with so many people. This is for men and women. This is not, you know, we're gonna not body shame. We're gonna sex shame. That it's not that. It's that you are sharing your body, your energy, your sacred sexuality with people that are not deserving. See the snow in this card? Pure. You need to command your energy returns to you and protect your purity, because you're allowing impure people to penetrate you. They're stealing your light and leaving you in a worse place than what they found you. For some of you, your ancestors are, they want you to be celibate because you have a new beginning coming. One that is going to, I get that it's going to reprogram you, because this is, I had a conversation with somebody recently about this. I connected with her about this, that the person that she thought she was going to be with long term met the expectations she had for herself, and that was to go against, she came from a very strict upbringing. She was, you know, kind of one of those traditional homes where, you know, you're kind of molded to be a wife for a certain type of, you know, and this can be somebody that is the same race, same religion, same, you know, whatever. Her family had a very strict, and, you know, this is a generational thing of the type of man she needed to marry. And she has never been one to conform. So she has known in her head that she was not going to follow that. She was not attracted to people that, you know, were going to appease her family. Religion, race, it was different. That's what she's always been attracted to, and that's what she thought she would marry. But recently she had met and connected with somebody on a deep level that met what her parents, what her ancestors had wanted for her. And I was talking to her about it, how that's not a bad thing, because, you know, her question, and this is something that I have dealt with. I feel like a lot of people that are black sheeps deal with this. You're kind of brought up in a very strict environment that this is what is expected of you. And, you know, you have that rebellious attitude and you think, no, that's not what I want for myself. This is what I want for myself. And you're more attracted to what's different because you don't want to be the same. You're trying to break free from that. But I think that there are lessons in breaking free, and there are lessons in coming home. And I feel like a lot of people are going to be pulled. I feel like this has been happening, but it's going to happen more. A lot of people are being pulled to their homelands, to their ancestral lands, to reconnecting with family, to healing family, and family values is what they're saying. That not all family values were wrong. And, you know, the things that hurt you, they were just trying to protect you. You don't need that sort of protection anymore. They're going to protect you in a different way. But it's okay to allow yourself to live a life that you didn't expect, because, you know, this is better. Sometimes we have to run away from home so that we can become who we need to be as an individual outside of that community, and then return home so that you can empower your community. Because it's interact and relate, but it's community, family, and traditions. There's a new beginning when it comes to your family traditions. You were raised, especially for women, you're raised to, you know, you need to be careful what type of music you listen to. Don't listen to music that is opposing to what you want to manifest. Don't listen to Hot Girl Summer if you want love. For some of you, it is that case that you've always thought you were going to marry somebody outside of your home community. And I'm getting, you know, for some of you, it is like a race. You might be attracted to people outside of your race. You're attracted to people outside of the religion that you were brought up in, and you have found that your views and values are changing. Not that, you know, there's anything wrong with dating outside your race or religion. I think that that's a beautiful thing, and breaking down barriers. But you don't have to do it in that way. You don't have to rebel in that way, because for some of you, I get that it's like you're meant to follow the path that was pushed on you, but do it in a new way. It's a new beginning when it comes to the family traditions. So I get that for some of you, you're going to be returning to your family traditions. And it might even be that, you know, if it's not like a cultural thing, it could be that you have always saw yourself as like a working professional woman, but the person that's coming in for you is very traditional, and they're going to want you to stay at home. And it's something that you've never considered, but it's actually going to be something that is very fruitful for you, because it's going to give you time to work on your own passions outside of labor. They're saying it, you deserve the life you've been praying for, but it's going to come in a different way. So, you know, let's say that you have worked really hard, and you have to take it as, this is not a personal reading for you. This is a general reading. You have to take the message as it relates. For some of you, you have worked hard your whole life, and you did it out of survival, and it's been weighing on you. It causes you to lose sleep at night. For some of you, your hair falls out because you get so stressed. It's okay to allow a man to take care of you. Your husband isn't going to want to see you suffer. For some of you, you've been drowning in work, and you've always felt like you needed to take care of yourself. You have a wounded masculine energy where you feel like you can't rely on a man. You have a man that's coming in that's going to want to provide for the household, where you don't have to be so independent. You don't have to be a provider anymore. And it's going to be a weight off your shoulders. I think that modern womanhood, because women were oppressed for so long, not allowed to work, not allowed to make their own money, which is, you know, dangerous. That opens you up to financial abuse, which a lot of people stay in abusive relationships because they can't afford to leave. If you're not making any income, that's a scary situation to be in. So I think that, you know, women were empowered to take back their independence, to get out there into the workforce. But that's not for everybody. There's nothing wrong in being a stay-at-home mom. And, you know, for some of you, it's like you're going to start a business. There's some of you, it's gardening. You're going to start like a community garden. I don't see that you're going to be like wasting away at home, because you're a very driven person.
You have a hard time seeing yourself, you know, just being a stay-at-home mom, and I'm not. Please get with the program or get out. You're distracting and you're taking away from the message. Stop trying to like find little like and poke holes in what I'm saying. If you don't vibe with me in the message, like it's not for you. We don't owe you anything. You're distracting from the rest of us and you're disrespecting the ancestors right now. Please get the hell out. I don't care. I do not care about your personal hangups. You need to do some shadow work on yourself. If you are so wounded within yourself as a woman that you can't see a woman that prioritizes staying at home with her children as, you know, a blessing in its own, and she has every right, and that's her passion, that has nothing to do with you. And if you're offended by that, there's something within you need to work on that has nothing to do with her. And you need to, you can't be a woman, pro-woman, I'm such a feminist, and attack women for having different interests and values than you. That's pseudo-feminism. That's, you know, I'm using feminism as it benefits me, more so as a way to bash men than as a way to empower women. Anyways, sorry guys. I can't stand that stuff. I know it's distracting. It's distracting me because I'm trying to pick up on messages and I keep getting some random weirdo that doesn't belong here. Anyways, just because I'm getting, this is for a woman that it's like she's always felt like she needed to reach a certain point status in her life to take care of herself financially, but that's not where her heart is. She has a very creative, free-spirited energy, but she's never been able to rely on somebody so that she can relax. You haven't been able to relax into your feminine energy because you feel like you have to have your own money. You can't trust anybody to take care of you. There's a man coming into your life that is financially stable and is going to want to shower you with gifts, is going to want you to, you know, work part-time, stay at home. And I don't see that means that if that's what you want, if that's not what you want, then don't be with somebody, you know, that's your perfect partner. If you are work driven and you love your career, your perfect partner would not compromise that. You might have to compromise, you know, you don't stay late at work every single day because you need to spend time with your person. If your passion is your career, your ideal partner would not demand that you don't work. That's abusive. I'm saying if you are unhappy in your job, working a 9-to-5 stresses you out, you can't, it's affecting your health. This is that sort of energy. Your ideal partner is going to come in and show you what it feels like to be provided for, to be protected, to be shielded. Your partner wants to shield you from the world, but you have to let them in. And for some of you, I do see that you're gonna quit work, but you're a passionate, driven person, but you're gonna be able to put that energy towards your actual passions. And that's what your ancestors want for you, because you've had ancestors, feminine ancestors that were oppressed. They're saying that they're sorry for not allowing you to be a kid. And they're sorry. I always cry with ancestor messages because I feel their energy. There's somebody has a grandmother, mother on the other side, and they regret that they weren't able to just let you be a kid. They felt like they had a lot of hard lessons in life and they wanted to shield you from them. So they felt like they needed to get you to be tough. But you're so tough, you won't let love in. They're saying he's meant to shield you. You've shielded your partners and they've put you in jeopardy. And that's because you keep trying to live a life that's not meant for you. So you're living a life that doesn't align with your spirit. You're attracting people that are out of alignment with your spirit. You need to just be who you are and allow yourself to be who you are. And you're softer than you appear. Ancestor messages are so funny. I felt like the masculine ancestors were just lecture. Yeah, see, it's go after your goals. Treat your body well. You guys, yeah, open to love. Back to basics. Embrace your inner gypsy. Some of you might have had, your ancestors were gypsies. You have gypsy ancestry. For others of you, Hawaiian, Indigenous Australia. They speak to you non-verbally, your ancestors do. Animals under that. For some of you, your ancestor sent you an animal, a protector for you. Your pet might have came into your life after the passing of a loved one. Or you have an animal that was close to a loved one on the other side. There's animals are protecting you. You also have past pets around you. If you think you see your dog that's on the other side, that's them coming to check on you. Yeah, breathe, tune in and connect. Embrace your inner gypsy, freedom, fun, music, back to basics. I get that for a lot of you, part of your healing was to break free from these expectations that were put on you. But once you break free, you have to, part of shadow work is reconnection with family. And that doesn't have to be, if you had a terrible upbringing, if your family is abusive, I don't mean reconnecting with abusers. I mean, part of the healing process is you have to learn how to accept every part of you, even the parts of you that you don't like, even the parts of you that you've been running from. Your parents, your grandparents, those people are a part of you. If they hurt you, you don't have to be like them, but you have to understand where you come from and appreciate where you come from, because when you reject your home and you reject the ways of your home, you're rejecting yourself. For some of you, there are two cards about your body. You need to eat better. You need to find some sort of way to work out in a way that honors you. For some of you, it's, you might find that dancing is helpful. You might find that walking is helpful. You might live near a beach, and walking on the beach early morning or at sunset would be really healing for you. I don't get here that it's an energy where you need to get into the gym. I get that. Move your body in a way that shows respect and enjoy your life is what they're saying. Enjoy your life more. They're saying go after your goals, but in a passive way. You don't have to fight anymore. We've done the fighting for you. You need to do the inner battle here so that you can open up for love. For some of you, you have a destined partner you're meant to have children with, but you're blocking this person out because you're in a masculine energy and you're very defensive. This person wants to come in and build you up and to shield you from the world, but you don't give them an opportunity. They're saying let them open the damn door for you and let them carry your bags. For some of you had feminine ancestors that taught you can't rely on men to protect yourself from men. Men are bad. They said what we taught you wasn't always right, but we wanted to protect you. You don't need to protect yourself anymore. You need to allow love in. And for some of you, you need to do a better job with who you're allowing into your life. Because again, with respect to your physical body, treat your body well. This is taking care of yourself
That's a way to connect to your feminine side, is, you know, things like bubble baths, pedicures, facials. It seems frivolous, but everything feminine is considered frivolous. Creativity, art, music, anything that comes from Venusian. There's been an attack on femininity for a long time, where, you know, feminine natured topics, they're dumb, they're frivolous. Anything that's masculine, that's right, that's correct. Anything that is feminine is, you know, you're doing too much. You wear makeup. Have you ever, as a woman, you wear makeup that's fun, that's different? You're wearing too much makeup. You need to wear less makeup and show your natural beauty. You don't wear any makeup, you look sick. You need to throw on some blush, throw on some foundation. You're never gonna make everybody else happy, so you need to do what feels good for you. But some of you're not. It's not a virtue to neglect your self-care. I have a visitor here who's scratching at the couch, if you hear that. Hey. Hey. What are you? Okay. Let me see. That might mean that we're coming towards the end. Let's see. What else do we need to say? There was a separation. Yeah. Some of you are experiencing some problems with your mental health, depression, anxiety. It's because you are not aligned with who you truly are. You don't have to be tough all the time. Let people do things for you. Stop turning people down that want to genuinely help you in favor of people that make you feel bad. You needed to separate from your community. You needed to separate from family traditions so that you could find yourself, live in integrity, find out who you really are outside of, you know, the surroundings that wanted to shape you. But now part of the healing process is returning home. I personally, this is something I have been wanting to get out of my hometown since I moved here. Never wanted to be here. Always was upset about it because it doesn't matter. We won't get into it. It doesn't matter. From the point that I turned 18, I've been, you know, I want to get as far away from that place as possible. I never fit in here. I never felt like I fit in here. I felt like I was controlled constantly and tried to be shaped into something that I wasn't, and it was suffocating, and I wanted nothing to do with this place. It took me moving across the country where I knew nobody, literally the other side of the country, to recognize that, and I grew a lot from that because I wouldn't have been able to get into tarot in this community. There's no way. I wouldn't have had the support. I'm from the East Coast. I moved to the West Coast. It was when I was there that I got into astrology, into tarot, and really started to explore that side of myself. And the coworkers, the people I had around me, my friends, they were super, super supportive. They were interested. They would ask me questions. There's no way in hell I could have done that in Virginia. Absolutely no way. I would have gotten fired. Anybody found out that I did tarot, they would have fired me. They would have found a reason to fire me. So it was a blessing moving out there because I was able to discover a part of myself that I wouldn't have been able to get into here. I would have never been able to really, truly explore it because of the values of people here and, you know, the judgments. People are very judgmental. Any isolated group is judgmental of any sort of thing that goes against their status quo. It's normal if you're a black sheep and there are parts of yourself that sort of community is requiring you to suppress so that you can, you know,
get along with others. It was a very growing experience. I grew a lot as a person out there. But, you know, when the pandemic started, where did I want to be with my family? And not a 7-hour, you know, I think it was 5 hours, but usually with a layover, it'd be 7 to 8 hours. It would be like close to $1,000, depending on the time of year. At least 500-ish. I don't know. It was expensive. It was expensive coming back and forth. Coming home has been one of the most healing things for me ever. Because once I found out who I was, it was outside of the community. I'm still part of my community, you know? I'm the people that raised me, the community that I grew up in. I was very blessed to grow up where I did and have the experience that I did. And I think that I needed to get out and grow on my own for a little while to be able to come back here and have the solid sense of self to reintegrate, you know, to where people judge me, people think awful things about me, people gossip about me because I'm different, but I don't care. You know, and I can see the amazing things about my hometown and the people that are indigenous to this area that are special, that you don't find in other areas of the country, you know, and especially because it's a part of who I am. So I think that it's good to roam and explore, especially if you have that gypsy spirit. But I think that it's important to come back home, and that's what your ancestors, your feminine ancestors, want you to know, that there's a time and place. They're saying there's a time and place for your shenanigans and for your independent attitude, and we love you for it. But there's also a time to come home and to surrender. Surrender to what is to be and to allow other people to help you in a way that you don't let them normally. For some of you, it's like you felt like you weren't able to be a part of your community and you felt isolated. So you've been looking for a community to feel safe in, and it's caused you to reject who you are. When we hide away parts of ourselves to get along with others, that's telling yourself that I'm not good enough as a whole. And when you feel like you're not good enough as you are, you attract people that relay that message to you, whether it be rejection, ghosting, talking down on you, bringing up your insecurities. You're whole on your own, and you deserve somebody that loves you enough to shield you and provide for you. And it's okay, and it doesn't make you less of a woman. Some of you need to do some meditating to pull in the energy that you want. And for some of you, you need to do meditating with your ancestors. I'm getting Memorial Day is going to be really important because it's a day to remember those that we've lost, our warriors that went to battle to protect us. And I'm not promoting war. I'm saying war is something that has happened, and it's a day of remembrance, Some of you might want to try doing an ancestor meditation. They're saying you have warriors on the other side that will protect you. You just need to ask. It's funny that I feel like the masculine ancestors, their message was you need to do more. The feminine ancestors is you need to relax and allow and flow. But that's masculine versus feminine energy. And I think that you can watch both readings and know what you need to work on. Some of you need to do more work, inner work, because there's a deep level of DNA healing where you're inviting love in. There's a strong karmic storyline when it comes to relationships, when it comes to love, when it comes to women losing themselves in connections and men letting it happen, is what they're saying. A good man wouldn't let you lose yourself and wouldn't let you make yourself sick from working so much. If that was meant to be your person, Spirit would provide for you. You don't have to have it all figured out. Your finances don't have to be perfect right now. But they're saying you gotta let love in. Stop pushing people away that try to love you in an honest, genuine way because you're afraid to let somebody provide for you. You don't have to control everything, and the ancestors aren't going to send you somebody that would take advantage of you. And when you do the healing work, you'll recognize people that are, and you'll have the sense of self to let them go. So I'm really getting here, guys, that with the feminines, they just really want you to accept yourself in your entirety. Somebody is biracial, and the white part of you had a lot of racists. So you struggle with that part of your identity, and it would help. They're saying use Irish Springs. I don't know. They're saying for some of you, Irish Springs, I know that's a soap, right? It's a brand of soap. It has healing properties somehow. That's the thing with like Florida water. I'm gonna do a post on this on my Patreon. I've been working on the outline for it. You can apply spiritual cleansing to all soaps, all of them. It's cleansing with an intention, and I'm gonna teach you guys on Patreon how to do that. But some Irish ancestry, it would benefit you to kind of look into your ancestry. He's karmic and he's being dealt with, but you don't ignore the rest of us because of his mistakes. Somebody is, you're trying to learn lessons through harming others. You allow people into your life that harm you, and in return, you feel entitled to cause harm towards others. And it comes from the fact that there are parts of you you're not accepting, so people that mirror that part of you back, you despise them, and it's misdirected, and it's causing disruptions to the flow of positive energy in your life. You're attracting bad because you are bad right now, and you need to recognize that within yourself and stop being the victim. Some of you there, it's a grandmother is saying, I'm not warning you again. If you hurt another woman, I'm going to come for you and teach you a lesson when it comes to that. It's a man. It's a man that uses and abuses women because part of the feminine ancestry they're upset with. They take that out on women that don't deserve it. They allow women that do harm to them into their life. You hurt anybody that tries to love you, and you're going to learn your lesson one way or another. It's best to learn it this way instead of let us teach you in a loving way rather than a harsh way. All right, guys, that's the reading. I hope that this was enjoyable. I did a spell work reading on Patreon if you guys want to check that out. I have more readings coming soon. Thank you for your support. See you soon. Bye.